If you're looking to expand the number of inputs and outputs on your audio interface in a simple, relatively inexpensive and easy fashion, I have good news. The EVo SP8 is an 8-input and 8-output preamp compatible with any ADAT supporting audio interface. I'm going to show you how to set it up for use with any audio interface right now. Hi, I'm Ed from edthorn.com, here to help you make the most out of your home studios. ADAT is a digital protocol that enables you to send digital audio from one device to another. In this case, the EVo SP8 converts the analog audio signal captured by its clean-sounding preamps and JFET instrument DI inputs into a digital signal and sends this via what is known as an optical cable to your audio interface. The interface will then send this data to your computer along with any other audio that it has captured itself. The SP8 performs the same analog to digital conversion your interface does for its own inputs. The SP8 also performs the digital to analog conversion for its outputs, just as your interface would for its built-in headphone amplifier, monitor outputs, and other hardware outputs if it has them. The SP8 was designed primarily to partner with the EVo 16, but it is compatible with any audio interface with an optical input, including the Audient ID14, for example. In this case, you'd be expanding your number of analog inputs from 2 to 10, or from 4 to 12 if you have the ID44. Perfect for recording drums. The EVo 16 is a great budget-friendly 8-channel audio interface, also with 8 outputs. Both the EVo 16 and this SP8 have the same great-sounding preamps, boasting a dynamic range of 121 decibels with super low noise floors. Combining these two devices together will give you 16 inputs and 16 outputs, and if this isn't enough, a second SP8 can be added to the chain, also via optical cable, totaling 24 ins and 24 outs. Before I show you how to connect these devices together, it's worth discussing Smart Gain. All EVo interfaces, including the 16 and the SP8, host Smart Gain-enabled preamps. Smart Gain detects your recording input level and adjusts the input gain level for you automatically in less than 20 seconds. The average input level is set to -18 decibels, which is perfect for mixing in your DAW, taking the guesswork out of gain staging. And if this wasn't enough, Smart Gain can be used on all 8 input channels of the SP8 simultaneously, so you can line check and gain set a whole drum kit all at once. But wait, it gets even better. When connected to an EVo 16, Smart Gain can be utilized on all 16 channels at the same time. So you could sound check an entire band for recording in less than 20 seconds. To learn how to operate Smart Gain and how to use it to soundcheck a drum kit, watch my full review of the EVo 16 here. To connect the SP8 to your audio interface, all you need is an optical cable, also known as a light pipe because a red light appears on one end when the other end is connected to a device. Plug one end of the cable into optical output 1 of the SP8 and the other end into optical input 1 of your audio interface. You'll notice there are also inputs on the SP8 and outputs on the 16. We'll discuss these shortly. Your additional SP8 inputs and outputs will now appear automatically in your DAW's I/O list. The inputs will also become available to mix in the EVo and Audient ID mixer applications. Remember, with Audient and EVo interfaces, all the inputs can be independently balanced for multiple monitor Q mix, depending on which device you have. It's 2 for the ID4 and it's 4 for the EVo 16. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we need to perform one more task. We need to check which device is our clock source. Clocking is the process of digitally synchronizing multiple recording devices, so audio samples are captured at precisely the same time to avoid latency or phase issues between multiple audio files. When connecting via ADAT, we need to select Optical 1 or Digital 1. This small light confirms device connection, and the bigger light confirms which device is set to be the primary clock source. This is telling the EVO 16 that the SP8 is the lead device and all inputs need to be synchronized to it. If your interface has a word clock output like the 16, it is preferable to connect these with a BNC cable as well, although Audient have said this is not essential when just connecting the two devices. Once this is done, we're ready to go. It is that easy. So the SP8 also hosts 8-line outputs. These can be used for additional headphone amplifiers, secondary speakers, or integrating hardware into your setup. To integrate outboard gear, your interface will need to be ADAT-out enabled as well as ADAT-in. For example, the ID14 here is only ADAT-in enabled, which means the interface accepts incoming ADAT signals from something like the SP8, but there is no way of sending digital audio out, so we can't create the digital loop required for outboard gear. The EVO 16, however, hosts ADAT-out, which means you can send a signal out of your DAW, through your analog gear, and back into your DAW. Each DAW will have its own way of doing this, but in Logic it is very easy. Simply go to your channel or bus, insert the I/O plugin, and assign your routing to the corresponding outputs and return inputs you've assigned on your SP8 or EVO. Remember, your SP8 ins and outs will be listed after your primary inputs and outputs. So for example, with the EVO 16, which has 8 outs and 8 ins, your SP8 ins will start from channels 9 through to 16. If you're looking to easily expand your studio, the SP8 is a cost-effective and easy-to-use solution with good preamps and high-quality conversion, so you won't lose any quality in signal routing in and out of the box. The SP8 is compatible with any audio interface with ADAT connectivity, not just the two devices I've demonstrated today. So if you are looking to expand and you have a different brand, fear not, as long as it has ADAT compatibility, this is a really good option for you. To hear how the EVO 4 compares with a Scarlett 2i2 to get an idea of the sound of the preamps, watch this. I've been Ed Thorne, thanks for watching, it's been educational.